Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Jared Odero, a Kenya Stockholmer, who is going to give some views on the situation in Kenya. So, Jared, welcome to this interview.
Thank you very much.
Generally, at the moment, much of the discussions around Kenyans rotate on the ICC suspects who are standing for elections. Now, if you look at the situation in Kenya vis-a-vis the candidature of Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto, what is your general take on this?
I guess, just like quite a majority of Kenyans, Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto have got to answer very serious charges against human rights, charges that are against all forms of, rights that are required. And for me, with those clear charges, they should not be allowed to contest. Okay, so far they have gone ahead and they have nominated themselves, of course through their parties or the Jubilee Alliance, as the viable candidates. That's all right within the party. But in reality, I don't see why they should put a lot of time, money, and moving around the country campaigning, yet they know that eventually they must respect the calendar of the ICC.
Now, Ruto has said that it is within their democratic rights to run for office. He went on video during a discussion in one of the Kenyan media houses saying that nobody can stop them from running.
Well, I can say it's only in Kenya where you get such people, because if we go back to the new constitution, chapter 6, that talks about leadership and integrity, honestly speaking, given that they have already been indicted at the ICC and await charges and the hearings that are going to be there from the 10th, 11th of April, in all sincerity, the best thing for them would be to step down, to keep off politics, and respect the rule of law until they are either found guilty or innocent. On top of that, whether they chest thump, which is very typical because impunity is quite widespread in Kenya. Uhuru has got all the money, he can run around, buy people, he can run around, impose himself on people, especially his own people around Mount Kenya region. That's well and good. But in reality, do they deserve those positions? In my personal opinion, Uhuru and Ruto are not contesting for the country. They are contesting to protect themselves from the ICC process that is very strict, that is not going to change, that is very clear, that is not even going to respect a runoff in case they have to recontest in April of this year. So in all, even if they run around, the eventual thing is they must appear at the ICC.
From your view, what are the consequences of them running?
Number one, how will they manage the country if they are both at The Hague? Because the calendar, according to the prosecutor, Ms. Bensouda, will not change. They must be there every day. We've seen during the hearings of other people like Lubanga and other people are waiting for their conviction at the ICC. You must appear in that court every single day. There is no chance of you using your lawyer once your charges are read and ready. So that is number one. They must physically be out of the country for a long period of time. Constitutionally, how do you have a president, newly elected, and his deputy, who are out of the country? Number two, excuse me, what about international sanctions that will definitely affect the country in general, and in particular, the two people? Because once they are ready and assume they get elected during the first round, they'll be sworn in, and then within a few weeks be at The Hague. The question is, will the international world accept this? Because how do you work with people who've got a conviction hanging on their heads, people who are charged with very serious crimes that have not been answered The ICC process has to be respected because Kenya is a signatory of the Rome Treaty.
Now, what would you tell Kenyans who intend to vote for both Uhuru and Ruto?
Well, for their supporters, it is good you've got your local heroes because when they came back, they mentioned very clearly that they are being victimized for having, especially Uhuru, helped my people, if I cite him. Now, for Ruto, he believed that whatever he was doing at that time, assumed the way he's been charged, that he incited, he paid for, and he eventually even executed the whole process of persecution during the post-election violence. Fine. Those people believe in them. And of course, in the whole mix, they used and incriminated the name of the Prime Minister Raila Odinga as the force behind sending them to the ICC. That's okay. But eventually, you're going to vote for people who are going to appear before a court that is respected by members, its members, a court that eventually must give justice that these two people have made sure is blocked within the country, Kenya, for the victims. Are we forgetting that soon, that these people must answer? It will be blind of those people to pretend just because they have been convinced that these two guys are being persecuted by both the Western world and locally by Raila Odinga, whom they see to be their biggest enemy, who sent them the envelope. So Kenyans who are going to support or who are supporting and are going to vote, I'm sorry, you've lost it.